Hi, this is Will again. I'm here to present another interesting point, Baza. This is pertaining to the five elements. I enjoy the essentials of it because of this here is what brings the building blocks. I should also mention you. I will go through the five elements. This will not be a long video. I promise you. It will be a probably a very short video within maybe a few minutes or so. But I just wanted to touch bases on the elements. The first one I would like to start with, they are the five elements before I even go into first. That would make sense. The five elements are wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. And the order or the sequences when I unfold it is basically we call the productive cycle. This has a management of how the elements work in a favorable interaction between each all of them. Now, let's start with the first one. This would be wood. Wood also is the first one, is also the living element out of the five. It also represents growth. So wherever wood is located in your chart, this is the area where it can be growth. And you will actually find that that particular element will work good with years of water. Yeah, and you will also find the years it's also wood itself. And then you would find also certain points where it wouldn't be adversary, would be metal. Hoping that you will get to that point. If not, then I will go through that exercise as well, so you'll be able to distinguish which year relates to it. Now, keep in mind that out of the all the five elements, we can expand that to 10. 10 meaning we have a yin version and a yang version. We'll see as we go down the road how this works out. But we have a yin year, which is this year, 2023, and it's yin water. So you can imagine this would be productive for people who have earth, or actually more precisely people of metal could be, and wood. This would be a great time. But now that could also relevance to the chart yourself. I'm hoping that this is making sense. If not, we will go and continue part by part. Now the next element would be fire. Fire. Fire is the element that is discussed about, is one of the only, if not only, so five elements that is relating to transformation. Now, you also keep in mind we do have the two versions. Fire is yang, and then fire is also yang. So my version, I would consider it, is looking one as a light and then one as a brighter light as compared to a match to a fast light. The comparison is even greater than that, but this use that for very basic understanding. Fire has the ability to change all the other four elements. It can burn wood, it can stiffen or harden earth by torch or so forth, scorch the earth. It can also boil water and make it into a vapor, and it can melt metal and to make it to a liquid form. So be that as may, wherever the fire element, if one has it, because you have to analysis of how each part of each element is balanced in your chart or not. Keep that in mind. This is part of the analysis, which is will be down the road. We will do a basic understanding of that, but it's essential in knowing that also you have the next one, which would be Earth. Earth is actually the person or entity or earth status that deals with what you can see with the land, the real estate. You can actually see that in built structures. Also, earth does deal with any type of slow process that's building, contrary to fire, which is faster. And that would look at that as the next wave. Earth also brings a person that can be patient. You have to understand that when looking at the earth, you think of the mountains and how they don't move, or how you see if they do move, there would be quite a sensational effect, unless it was like a volcanic reaction. So earths are that one stable. They look for tradition as well. Next one, moving on, is metal. Metal is contrary to metals that we see in jewelry, but we also see it in weapons. It is one of your casing, or if you're looking at it, a certain continent or contours of how metal tanks, metal guns, etc. You see the logic. It is ones that also deals with people that will be associated with some type of policing. That can also be a metal, and military, of course, obvious. But metal is very structural, formatted, and very decision orientated. So those are the ones that see actually the black and white, if you will. The gray area is nothing they really develop. It's either a yes or no. They're very determined to do things too, as well. So you will definitely have a metal personality if you have that uh, dominant in your chart. Keep in mind that all this, you can have an individual may or not all of the five elements, but it can be verses or times when you do have the five elements, depending on the charts of the person. You will also see the interactions with that by year, and also by month. That's another roll down which we will develop in. Lastly, I want to get into water. Water is the fluid one, but water also has to deal with, think of Bruce Lee's quote, be like water. Water can take the shape of a glass, it can take the shape of a pitcher, it can take the shape of what Earth gives it as a pond or whatever relevancy, a pool. It is formless, but it's very fluent. It flows. Think of people with strong water as the intellectual. Now, lastly, I want to go into this here. We have, being that I have a background in what I consider Western astrology, look at it from this point of view. We have the five, they look at it also as a comparison, the five elements. You can use that as the five planets that is used or crossed over to Western. So, give it a quick short list. Wood would be Jupiter, fire would be Mars, earth would be Saturn, metal would be Venus, and water would be Mercury. So that's in a nutshell. Hopefully you enjoy this, and please press that like and subscribe because there's more to coming down the road. Appreciate everybody and have a good day. Bye bye.